Black supremacy. This is PalmettoStar, the ratchet revolutionary, but you can call me Prophet. Prophet Rohvet of Black supremacy. Scrolling is a sin. You are here to create with a purpose. Now we know that scrolling is part of this culture almost. It is almost integral to our culture to sit and scroll 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 and scroll. And we are scrolling to look for something. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? Scrolling has turned every social media user into a seeker. And they're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And sometimes it defeats the purpose of you even being on that social media because, okay, you're there for information, right? You're there to be informed. You're there to learn about what's happening, see what's going on. A lot of people say they see what's going on with their family and friends and blah, blah, etc., etc., etc. But this scrolling, which has become indicative to the social media culture, is just about you're not even being there for the information anymore. You're just there so that your senses can be inundated. You're there to feel good. You're there to look for images that reinforce your reality. You're there to just look and you're constantly looking and constantly gawking and constantly being having your senses inundated and constantly being stimulated, so it's not about the information anymore. It's about the stimulation from the information that you're not even receiving. They're not even going into your mind. You know what I'm saying? All you are is constantly scrolling and saying, "Oh, that looks nice. That's a good night. That's a delicious looking food item. Oh, she got some nice ass." It's like you're just constantly scrolling and you're actually just stimulating yourself. You're just stimulating your senses. That's it. You have lost complete black supremacy. You have lost complete, idea of why you're even on there. And then 2 or 3 hours later pass, you're still scrolling, looking at delicious food, and you haven't ate one thing. You haven't ate anything, but you're still scrolling. You're still scrolling at that looks so good. Let me. What I want for lunch? Lunch already passed. You hungry scrolling. Now you just an addict. Looking at stuff to get stimulated. For your mind to be stimulated. And it is counterproductive. We are here to create with a purpose. You have a purpose here. And it's to create something. It is to create beautiful. It is to create something that is worthy. Now, if you are scrolling and you see this message, stop scrolling right now. This message is for you. Stop scrolling. And scrolling, it can be advantageous when you see the that it could be guidance. Scrolling can also equate to people looking for guidance. They're searching for something. They don't know quite what it is. And sometimes it takes a while you gotta scroll onto it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta scroll to it. And you may find it, But scrolling in general is a sin because it's counterproductive. It is, when I say it's a sin, I'm not talking about in the biblical sense of, you're going to hell if you scroll. You may just create your own hell because you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling for umpteen hours, and at the end of that, you're like, "Whoa, what did I actually do today?" Except scroll, and then you're looking like or feel like, it's another form of addiction. It's another form of addiction. Scrolling because all it does is it is just about your senses. your senses being stimulated. Have you stimulated yourself? And it's not even a mental stimulation like, ooh, wow. Because you're just looking at things, and the ooh, wow mental stimulation is just little phrases or something that may reinforce your reality. You'll screenshot that. You'll screenshot something that says, niggas ain't shit. Screenshot. Oh, you know what? That's right. You know what I'm saying? Just things that that are there to reinforce your reality. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about mind expansion. It's not about getting the knowledge. It's about just whatever reinforces your opinion about things. You know what I'm saying? Whatever reinforces your things. True mind expansion is not going to validate your opinion. It's not going to validate whatever you're thinking at the current moment. It's going to actually challenge that. It's going to challenge it to a point where you're like, oh, okay, let me explore that possibility. And then you are challenged to think outside of your small reinforced reality, which is reinforced by scrolling, and you're scrolling accounts that are similar to what you got niggas ain't shit one, you got Paula hates niggas, all these things that are reinforcing that reality. You know what I'm saying? That, all these people they hate niggas, you know what I'm saying? So you're scrolling through whatever social media outlet, looking at them, looking at their, the propaganda and all this other stuff like that, when you should be creating your reality, creating your heaven and hell, creating your thing, and and helping to co-create, you know what I'm saying? And that's the roles that we have. And then that brings us into sort of the gender roles, which I'm gonna pull these two subjects in, I promise you, put them together, because someone asked me what the gender roles would be of a society, of a black supremacist utopia, which we're already in a black supremacist utopia. All my black supremacists, we are already living our black supremacy utopia, so the gender roles, gender roles, which, it's kind of matrix. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go into it. We have creators, co-creators, creators, co-creators, creators, co-creators, you know what I'm saying? And when we are pushing our potential and enveloping our potential and expanding our potential and doing exactly what we are here to do, we fall naturally into these roles. We fall naturally into these roles of creator and co-creator. And through those roles will look different, depending on what's happening, what the situation is, what you need to co-create, you know what I'm saying? But, it tends to be that men are more of the creator and then women are more of the co-creator. And even those dynamics can switch up, depending on what you're creating and what's happening. So I would say that is the role in a black supremacy utopia of creator and co-creator. And that's bottom line what it is creator and co-creator as far as gender roles and stuff like that, because it's really about willingness and ability. What are you willing to do, and what's your ability to do it? It's not about gender roles, like, because ultimately if it needs to be done, I will do it. So I'm not waiting on a woman to come out the kitchen with a sandwich, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, if it needs to be done, I will do it. So it's not about gender roles, it's about co-creation and co-creation. Now, what does that have to do with scrolling is a sin, right? So if we're creating and co-creating our reality, we have already scrolled to the thing that we need to scroll to. that it will give us and spark us with that inspiring thought, with that motivational thought, with that life-changing thought of, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to create. This is what it is, you know. So at a point, you need to stop scrolling like that. If you find it, if you got that epiphany about what I need to do, what's happening, what needs to happen, what I need to create, what's the reality that I want to create, stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. You know, and now it's what you are doing is now creating that reality, or co-creating that reality with someone that has created that reality. You know, and co-creators are just as valid and just as powerful as the creator themselves, because the creator could only create so much, you know what I'm saying? But those co-creators that are helping to more bring that reality into fruition, they're just as valuable as the creator herself, because that allows the world to become expanded. That allows that kingdom to become expanded. That allows that idea to be expanded upon. So stop scrolling. Scrolling is a sin, and get into your space of creativity. You are here to create with a purpose. You know, you're here to create with a purpose. And if you're scrolling and you're not living in the world that you want to live in right now, why are you scrolling? Why are you scrolling when you're not living in the world that you want to live in? Stop scrolling and start creating the world that you want to live in. Stop just, oh my goodness. And it starts to, scrolling brings about a lot of different feelings that are not indicative and not to someone that is of a creative God person. You know what I'm saying? You get those scrolling, and then a person, not me, because I never felt this feeling before, but as people can get jealous. Oh my goodness, they got more money than me, they got more this than me, they got more that than me, and now you got these feelings of jealousy, and it gets you stagnant. You know what I'm saying? This scrolling culture, you know, it gets people stagnant. Scrolling keeps you stagnant, and it doesn't keep you in a space of creation. It just is a space of stimulation. You know what I'm saying? You're constantly being stimulated. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know what I'm saying? So it's just stimulation. You know what I'm saying? It's like a constant state of just masturbation of the mind. You know what I'm saying? Where you're just stimulating your mind, and you're not expanding and creating what needs to be created, you know? So scrolling is a saying, you are here to create with a purpose. You are here to create with a divine purpose. 3 Steps to End Racism right now is a manuscript for the new world, because you got to understand what's happening right now. We're living in 2 worlds simultaneously. You're living in the world of facts, and we're living in the world of truth. And these worlds are coinciding with each other right now. And if you look, you can see it. You can see these 2 worlds happening right now. People are simultaneously walking against each other, walking in the same area, but they're living in 2 distinct different worlds. And with all of that happening, there's multiple timelines happening at the same time, infinite timelines. So 3 Steps to End Racism right now is about walking out of that confusion, is about bringing you out of that confusing state, because all of that happening could be confusing to the lay person, or confusing to just even an in-tuned individual, because you could be in tune to the fact where you see all this stuff happening and you're like, you know, you get confused. So 3 Steps to End Racism right now is about getting people out of that confusion. And you can read it for free. You can hit hit my link in the bio, but I'm encouraging everybody to get the hard copy, because you cannot censor your coffee table or ban your bookshelf And as somebody that has been deplatformed after being mentioned on CNN, Fox News, and NBC, I know that this may not stay online for long. 3 Steps to End Racism right now is like showing people how to build a nuclear weapon. You know what I'm saying? So, it's putting stuff like this online, and, it may not stay online for long. So I encourage everybody to get a hard copy. Hit me up on the email 3stepstoendracism@gmail.com, and I'll send you a limited edition hard copy with information just for you included. Also, hit me up in my inbox, and I could definitely send you some information as far as that's concerned, and get you your hard copy. And also, you can support the craft, because I am coming out with more books. I'm coming out with a children's book. I'm going to be releasing information about that very shortly. So, support the craft via Cash App at $PalmettoStar. That's $PalmettoStar. Also, you can get exclusive material on my Patreon. Patreon.com. You can call me Prophet. And that's the letter U, can call me Prophet. And May 19th, clear your calendar for May 19th. If you're working a job, if you're going to school, let them know that you will not be available May 19th. You're not going to be there. You're not showing up at the job. You're not showing up at school. You're going to be in Atlanta as we celebrate Malcolm X Day, as we celebrate From Little to Legacy. We're going to be celebrating Malcolm X Day. We're not asking permission to take a day for our progressive leaders. We're claiming it. So we're claiming Malcolm X Day, May 19th in Atlanta. We're going to be at 2857 Main Street, which is the Core Total Body Spa. So join us there. There's information so you get your advance tickets. I'm gonna put that information out on my Instagram, so you get your advance tickets right now, so you can be part of that. And just stay tuned for more information about Malcolm X Day, and hashtag CMXD in your social media, so that you will know exactly what's happening in your area. Because as this is an international celebration, but you can see but I encourage everybody that's here on Turtle Island, i.e. America, to come out to Atlanta, because we're going to go in on that. So, yep, from little to legacy. Yep. That's what it's called. That's the theme for this year. So, I encourage everybody to stay vigilant, be aware. Black supremacy.